Time for another episode of Local Roots. Hi, I'm Todd Studer. Christmas is just a few days away as it's coming up on Thursday. And a programming note, we will not have a show for you on Thursday, but we will be back on Friday with another episode of Local Roots. Today, we are welcoming into the studio the CEO of the Mills County Chamber of Commerce, Gitzy Loder. We're going to talk about the year that is nearing completion and all of the plans for 2026. A lot of exciting things happening all around Mills County. It's a great conversation, and I look forward to you seeing it. Gitzy Loder from the Mills County Chamber of Commerce joining us today on Local Roots. Families and cemeteries across the region turn to Solid Ground Monument Company for skilled restoration that protects every story that's etched in stone, and they're now scheduling springtime services. The company provides monument repair, gentle cleaning, full reconstruction, and complete cemetery restoration. For families needing a new memorial, Solid Ground Monument Company comes to you in your time of need to design a tribute that truly honors your loved one. It's Southwest Iowa's trusted cemetery restoration and monument service. Solid Ground Monument Company, preserving legacies with care and craftsmanship. A leak, a clogged drain, a big remodel, all in the wheelhouse for Waldstein Plumbing in Council Bluffs. They've got you covered with fast, reliable service and expert craftsmanship, handling everything from small repairs to major installations. Owned by Hayden Waldstein and his dad, Travis Waldstein. Be sure to look for Travis's podcast, Circle of Trades. You can watch it on YouTube and listen to it on Spotify. And celebrate the season with Frosting Inc. in Walnut, your hometown stop for irresistible holiday treats and unique local gifts. Frosting Inc. open Wednesday through Saturday with fresh baked sweets, custom orders, and merchandise from local vendors that make perfect gifts. You'll also find them at craft fairs across the area, spreading holiday cheer one treat at a time. Make your holidays sweeter with Frosting Inc. in Walnut. Back in the studios on Willow, welcoming someone new, but an old friend of the show. This is Gitzy Loder. She is with Mills County Chamber of Commerce. You made the drive up here.
Yay,
Thank you so much.
Of course.
What do you think?
Yes, I love it. This was amazing.
Even with the construction that's going on here.
There's this noise going on out there, but this space is amazing. I'm super excited for you just to watch you grow. So this is good.
It's been it's been a big plus to get out here. And also, I don't think Kyle and I ever realized how busy we could be.
Oh gosh,
once we got
just
in
like
here.
Opened up all the possibilities now.
So it makes it a lot easier, I think, sitting face to face. You and I have recorded online before, and it's great, and it's wonderful that that technology exists.
Right.
But this is a lot easier, and you're able to make connections a lot better that way. So how has you gone reaching the end of 2025?
Yeah.
And you've been very hard at work all year long. So as you reflect back over this year, has it been what you'd hoped it would be? Have you some things undone? Where are you at with this year?
Well, I will give you some advice. I came in like high vision, like a lot of ideas for what could be, and those are still there. So as you guys come into this, growing, you'll have those ideas and those visions, but you also have to take it one step at a time, right? So every day you're just kind of taking a chunk out of it. A lot of times we think it has to go a lot faster than, what we want it to go.
Always, yeah.
So give yourself a little grace and compassion. That's what I've had to do this year, is give myself grace and compassion for what I have envisioned, which a lot of things will happen. I know they will, but knowing that every piece that I'm working on right now is laying the foundation for what is to come. So
has there been any major pivots that maybe you thought were going one direction at the first of the year and you've had to completely change, or has it kind of followed just along, at least on staying on the path, even if you're not as far as you wanted to be?
Yeah. I think in this role, it's very much, it's a lot of multitasking going on, right? There's a lot of parts and pieces to it. So I have to pivot every day. So if I'm working on something, I know I do have a deadline for it, but somebody may call me to go do something else and I will have to pivot. So that ability to adapt is huge in this last year. And I've created that through my life, so it hasn't been too hard for me to do that. It's more about understanding this role and how my pivoting and adapting plays in with the work I'm doing now.
Well, and plus, I mean, you are doing such hard work there yourself, because most of the time it's just you in that office.
Yeah.
So if something needs done, it's on you to do it.
Right.
And so I would think that a lot of triage going on because
Absolutely.
things are changing and,
Yeah.
oh, this now has to take priority over
Yeah.
what I was working on today.
I'm very grateful for the volunteers and the people that, are ambassadors and our board of directors that help push and create the momentum to keep this moving. I do not want to be a person to do it all by myself. So I do call on people to help me, um, whether they know they know it or not, or if they're getting voluntold to do something or volunteered. But um, yeah, I will call on people as much as I can. I'm not trying to burn out or I'm not trying to do it all myself. I don't need the accolades. I want to see growth in Mills County and for the businesses. So if that means calling people that have more experience and knowledge, I will do it all day long. So,
I know that anytime that I have been at one of the events that you've put on, the people that are there have an energy.
oh
And
yeah,
so there is an excitement about what is happening
yeah,
in Mills County.
yeah,
And obviously, Glenwood kind of being the center of that, but there's a lot of other communities all the way
sure,
around that
yep.
are equally interested in watching everything grow. And tourism is a huge part of that.
Oh yeah, we have great people surrounding. I mean, from Emerson to Pacific Junction, all the cities in between, there are dynamic individuals and businesses that I I can't even imagine having not having them. So it's not just me. It's not just the chamber. It's really getting these communities involved and the people that are those catalysts in those communities working together. So tourism this year in 2026 going forward will be really working on that collaboration
Hmm.
piece. So our three core values are collaboration, community, and connection. And so that collaboration piece, if it wasn't there, I mean, one person can't do it alone. One community can't do it alone. So, um, it's just growth focused. So in 2020, from when I started in October of 2024 till just this month, we've had 60 plus new members join.
Wow.
So, which is a lot.
Yeah.
I mean, for Mills County. So we're seeing the growth, we're seeing the energy of the people, the buy-in. People want the same thing, and so we're just looking ahead.
I think also there is a uh, everyone facing the same direction,
Right.
which, you know, anytime that I paid you compliments, you usually deflect it, but I'm going to pay you another one anyway, because I think that you are key to all of that happening, that there has to be someone bringing it all together and making sure that, okay, we are all facing the same direction. And I
Right.
see that
Yeah.
in Mills County and from the different communities and around Glenwood that we have a common goal here and people working together is what gets you there.
And I think that will be true for you as well. I think that you will be catalysts
Yeah.
for bringing people together and really moving forward with your vision, right? And so I have a vision. I've talked about it, but there are the days where you have to work hard behind the scenes
Hmm.
and you're not out cheerleading everybody. So it's just this balance of bringing it back and going out and bringing it back and going back. So, every day I don't like the word hustle because it makes me feel like I'm going to burn out. But there's definitely a level of inspiration when you know that other people are depending on watching what else can we grow into? What's the next level for this region? Um, so there's so many levels and so many dynamics that play into that. But as I always say, and I will continue to say, business is people, community is people. If we don't have people, the words themselves, business, community, collaboration mean nothing. So it's really important to make those the relationships tried, true, of integrity. So that's really important to me.
There was something I wanted to talk to you about, and this is just me having a little bit of a therapy session. That um, obviously, with what I do being strictly online,
Sure.
there is a general negativity quite often that's
Hmm.
out there, and I push
Yeah.
back against that.
Oh
I
yeah.
have
Absolutely.
I have no interest in following down that path, but it it does you are going to run into folks that seem to have the philosophy of if there's anything negative, then we can't have anything positive.
Sure.
Both can exist at the same time.
Yep.
And I'm a big believer in, what wolf are you feeding? You know, that old
Yeah.
analogy about that,
Exactly.
where are you putting your focus? And if you're putting your focus on the positive,
Right.
then that's what's going to grow. And that's what
Exactly.
people are going to be attracted to.
Yep.
It's not ignoring the negative. I'm sure, there are issues going on around Mills County that
Right.
need to be
Right.
addressed,
Absolutely.
but
There'll always be.
Right, but if that's all you ever look at
Right,
and you don't celebrate the wins and you don't bring, the positive along with you,
right,
then you end up just descending
right,
and not growing.
right. Um, so in my leadership days, there's the law of polarity. The law of polarity says that there is good, bad, positive, negative,
Mm,
up, down, hot, cold, right? So we can absolutely pay attention to the negative if we want to. Everything that we do is a choice, right? So when we make our core values and we say connection, community, collaboration, it's a choice. It's a choice that I have to make as a leader every day to wake up and say, these are important. I'm going to focus on these things today, right? I could say, I can't, afford groceries and, this negative news is going on over here. I could focus on the negative news if I wanted to, but I know that's not going to get me to my goal, right? So um, ultimately, it's a choice that we make as individuals, as leaders, as communities on what we want going forward. So it's just ask ourselves every day, what do we want? Do I want to focus on the negative?
mhm.
Does that make me feel good? No, then you have the law of polarity working for you. You have the option to do the opposite.
I have a I have a wonderful lady in my life that anytime that she hears me going too far down that negative side,
Yeah.
she'll just, say, "Give me something you're thankful for."
Oh,
And
yeah,
just like that,
yeah.
and I stop and I think about it, and it takes me out of that
Yes.
mindset. I'm not ignoring the
Right.
negative, I'm not
Right.
pretending it doesn't
Right.
exist, but it does give me more clarity on how to deal with it,
Right.
and we can forget that
Yeah.
just chasing clicks online,
Oh, yeah.
and that's not what this show is about. Of course, I'm looking at the analytics. Of course,
Sure.
I'm following
Sure.
how many views did I get? How much interaction? Of course, I'm watching
Just
that,
smart business. Yeah.
but it cannot be the reason for doing the show.
Right.
That is the result
Hmm.
of doing the show, that if I'm doing it correctly, that will grow on its
100%.
own, but I
Yep.
can't put the focus there.
Right.
And that matters even more than just online.
Right.
It matters in real life.
Totally. Yeah.
Matters in the brick and mortar stores.
Yes,
Every place
exactly.
and bringing the tourism in, and I'm a huge believer that a place can have an energy, and if there is a good energy when you go into Glenwood or you go into any of the other smaller communities, people will be attracted to it and they'll wanna be there.
Yeah. From Emerson, Hastings, Henderson, Emerson, I said Emerson, Malvern,
Yep.
all the towns in, Silver City, Mineola. I have to say them all now. Pacific Junction. Um, They all have their
Yeah.
own energy,
Yeah.
right? And so I think that I love what you said, and it's very true. Like even with my kids at the dinner table, we say, "What's one thing you're grateful for?" At least just one thing that you're
Mhm.
grateful for, just because it creates the habit of good. And I think that's as leaders is what we have to do, whether it's in an office space or in a community, is we are ultimately creating the habit of what we want going forward, right? So if you see something consistently over and over and over again. We become what we think about, right? So if you are constantly seeing negative, surrounded by negative
Mhm.
people, you will get in that energy. So for Mills County, for example, and anybody that joins the chamber, my goal is that they see more positivity and more forward thinking leadership, that over time, it's not going to happen overnight. Over time, it develops new habits of thought, new habits of like, oh, well, this is possible. And so that's how a habit is created over time and through consistency. So just as we create negative habits, we can create positive habits in a community. And I feel like that's my work to do, is to kind of role model that, but also empower others to live that way so that it's holistic and not just all about one person doing everything.
Yeah, that's a perfect way of looking at it. Uh Malvern, obviously, I've talked about Malvern several times just because I love going there,
Yeah,
and that's it's kind of turned into this artist area, and I think that Art Church has a big part of
it's
big
huge.
part of that.
Yeah,
But went to a music festival there earlier this year
yeah,
and had a great time.
right.
Small town Iowa
Yeah.
that just living their best lives.
Absolutely. And the people there are so passionate about it, and they all kind of come together when they
Hmm.
need to come together. I mean, I feel like it's always happening intrinsically, but there are certain times where you see the events coming up and you just see the whole town come together and just push that forward and get the message out of like what they're trying to do. And um, everybody that, in Malvern and Glenwood that is whether an entrepreneur, small business owner, community advocate, volunteer, it's heart. Like they're not doing this just because they think they're going to get a paycheck.
Right.
Like, it is their livelihood to a certain extent, but the person making jewelry, the person making art, the person making music, the person teaching kids taekwondo, the person cooking for somebody, the person serving drinks, they're there because they want to be there, right? So it is that combination of understanding that you're providing value, but you're also taking care of yourself in that. So as more people as we can get to back and support our small business and entrepreneurs and know that they're coming from a good place, um, I, there can only be good to come from that.
I think you brought up a really good point about there because they want to be there. And especially in this part of Southwest Iowa, because all of these communities you're talking about are within a very easy drive of a large metropolitan area. So that would be lower hanging fruit if somebody just wants to get through their day. If you're living in a small town, you want to be there.
Great.
And I have found in all of these small towns that they're very welcoming for anybody that wants to be there. You just need to want to be there.
Absolutely.
If, if it's not a place where you can come in, take advantage of people, and then run back out, because
Exactly.
they stick together, they'll
Yeah.
sniff it out.
Yeah.
That's not going to happen. But that desire to have that smaller community,
Yeah.
it's everywhere.
It is. I mean, and we have access, in Mills County, we have access to the Omaha metro area, which has over 1 million people. And so we're known as a bedroom community. So there are a lot of people that work in Nebraska
Mhm.
and they come home, right? And to Southwest Iowa. Um, and they're choosing to do that, right? They could very easily move to Nebraska and just have that commute,
Oh,
but
sure.
they're choosing to drive, every day. And so we value that, we appreciate that, and that we know that we have to continue to create that quality of life why they're continuing to stay there, right? Even when people come in from out of, we have Offutt employees that live in the region in Southwest Iowa because they're choosing to live in Southwest Iowa and not Nebraska for a reason, right? So there's something that we're creating energetically, and maybe even creating that hallmark town vibe experience that you really can't get in the metro area, right? So in 2026, a lot of our efforts will be getting people to experience Southwest Iowa, even if it's just for a 1 night, 2 night stay. Come listen to the music, look at the art, go to our brewery, vineyards, and just have that experience.
So I'm assuming then that a large part of 2026 will be getting that word out
Yes.
and creating some, uh, whether it be online or whether it be traditional media, just
Yeah.
letting folks know
Yeah.
that this is going on.
Yeah, absolutely. We'll be creating videos, a lot more marketing content so that people come to Southwest Iowa, check it out, and then if they want to move there, great. If not, they can go back to Nebraska, but they know that these things do exist and they can support the local artists that are just working their hearts out to put their message and their energy out there. So,
And fighting back against that shopping online thing. Get out, shop in person.
yeah.
And these are different places that you can go to do that. And I think that we all need to have a day trip in our schedule
Yeah.
at some point.
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
However far out it is, it needs to be on the calendar. Hey, we're going here on this day, and we've got something to look forward to.
We've got so much in Mills County. We've got glamping, we've got the parks, the
Mhm.
hiking, the lakes. We've got a lot of things that people can enjoy. So there's that quote that says, schedule joy, right? So if things get a little mundane, you can schedule joy in
Mhm.
Southwest Iowa.
No, I can't end it any better than that. So, website where
Yep.
people can learn more about the chamber
LiveMillsCounty.com or visitmillscounty.com. Takes you to the same place.
takes you to the same place.
Yep. So LIVE, live like you're living, livemillscounty.com or visitmillscounty.com.
All right. So I'm going to real quickly talk to any businesses in Mills County or the surrounding area that are not members of the chamber yet.
Yeah.
You see why you need to join.
Yeah.
There's so many good things that are happening, and it is such an inexpensive way to be able to promote your business, to
Yeah.
be able to make new connections, and to be able to grow your business. I'm a huge believer in chambers, and you're running a great one
Thank you so much.
there in Mills County.
Thank you for what you're doing.
Well, thank you for coming
I
up
love
here.
collaborating with you.
Oh, absolutely. We're having a great time.
Yes.
All right. She's Gitzy Loder, Mills County Area Chamber of Commerce, and looking forward to the next time.
Thank you.
You can start your day right at Brewed Awakening in Avoca, open Monday through Saturday, always serving something fresh. Enjoy bagels every day, weekly specials that you will not find on the menu, and warm seasonal soups every Tuesday and Wednesday. On Wednesdays and Thursdays, grab a hot breakfast sandwich and treat yourself to something sweet every Friday. Hosting a meeting or gathering, Brewed Awakening has a private room ready for your group, free to use if you don't need it all to yourself. Stop in for great coffee, good food, and a friendly hometown atmosphere at Brewed Awakening in Avoca. Service Master Restore by Schmader knows it's hard to get back to normal when you've suffered serious property damage due to flooding, fire, or smoke, and that can also lead to mold. You may be left with all sorts of questions about how to get everything back to normal. Service Master Restore by Schmader is here to help. Here's the number, 402-339-9911. And for all natural health solutions in Southwest Iowa, it's Bambi's Green Acres Natural Market. She's located at 805 South Main Street in Council Bluffs and has been serving the area since 1997. With vitamins, supplements, essential oils, herbal remedies, stop in her store and take a look around. And when you say hi to Bambi, you've just made a friend. You can find her online at bambisgreenacres.com. Bambi's Green Acres Natural Market, putting health in your hands. That's going to wrap up today's show. Thank you so much again, Gitzy Loder from the Mills County Chamber of Commerce, for joining us today. We have a busy week getting ready for Christmas on Thursday. And again, no show Christmas Day, but we'll be back on Friday with another episode. That's going to wrap up today's show. My name's Todd Studer. We'll see you again tomorrow morning.